Starting out, I tamed a thorny dragon, grabbed a bunch of cactus sap with my horse, grabbed this drop with some adobe stuff in it, and then I went explorer note hunting for a little bit. If you guys don't remember, part of this challenge is to get every tame on the map that exists and is new and is all that, and every explorer note, every boss on every difficulty, and beat every map. Decided to grab a death worm because I hadn't seen one yet. And, of course, if you're by the wyvern trench, you gotta go get a wyvern. And I found an alpha, so of course I had to kill that because I absolutely love the wyvern gauntlets. They are probably my favorite skin in the entirety of the map, of the game itself. And it was a very low level, so it was easy to kill. This is actually the entire fight, so if that tells you anything. And continued my explorer note hunting. Forgot that I had to get a rock golem in this map, and that's gonna be fun later. Started building my base as much as possible. This is sped up, just so you guys don't have to see the hell that I went through trying to build this thing. And of course the start of my foundations, I did not have everything placed in a good spot, so eventually I tear down everything that's there and move it. While I was building my base, decided to knock out and tame this tech raptor because it was a high level and it's a tech raptor, I guess. Why not? I do end up putting it in a cryopod later and it doesn't even exist anymore after a while, so I don't know why I tamed it, but I did. Here's the rest of the base build, as well as moving all the stuff that I needed to move. I do expand on this a little bit later on, but this is, for the most part, the way it stays till the end. Like I said, everything was placed badly, so I had to move everything, rebuild them all, demolish things. It was a hassle, but we got it done. Luckily, I had all the resources I needed for it. I was a little bit overweight, so I knew that I was going to have to move the smithy and be overweight, so I made a whip so I could make it easier. But as you can see, I did get everything in just fine. I was going to build a wall of gates around to the cliffside, but I only ended up putting like 2, maybe 3. I think it was 2 of them, and never finished that part. So you do see that start, but just know I never finished that. Finally ended off making a fabricator, and that is the base for now. I do end up getting rid of this generator later on. Tamed a very low level Marlatops just so I could get it for some berries. Finished off as much of the ceiling as I could. Actually, I think I finished the whole thing. And again, all of this is on day 51. I spent a very long time doing everything on day 51 because I needed to finish this base before I was done. So I made a new trophy mount. Put the dragon trophy, and top floor is for later. I then went into the first of the 3 caves, got the 2 explorer notes here, three explorer notes, my bad. And the artifact. Can't go into a cave without grabbing that. Then I continued to go explorer note hunting a little bit before making a egg incubator and a fridge. The egg incubator, for some reason, really glitched out in that spot. It wouldn't work for some reason at all once I got rid of the generator. So eventually later on I have to move that directly upstairs for it to work, and I don't know why it decided not to. But got the wyvern eggs in there and hatched a couple. Didn't mean to shoot that. I did get one of the windmills in a drop and started to use that instead of the generator. But like I said, right here is where that connects to the egg incubator, and for some reason once I got rid of the generator it didn't work, so I had to move everything around. Day 52, I got another thorny dragon. Level 145. Found a 150 Anki while I was out flying around. I really needed some utility tames, so of course I brought that back. Got it tamed up. Grabbed an explorer note while I was out. second one. Grabbed the Dodic and, of course, that Explore Note with Helena. Got the Anki all tamed up and knocked out the Dodic. I had a real problem with paracers walking around and like shaking my screen real bad. So anytime there was one close to the base, I had to get rid of it. But all of these tames are so I can get an imprinted one. That way it's way easier for me to get weight on them and more weight on them. So I decided to get imprinted ones of all of the 4 utility tames that I used. So Thorny Dragon, Dodics, Ankis, and I did get a mate pair of Morellatops because I needed them for berries once upon a time. Got the Dode all tamed up, put him in a ball, and went to finish taming up this Morellatops. Knocked him out, fed him berries. Yes, the one that it's mating with is only level 15, so it's really not good, but I was just using it for berries and stuff, so what can you do? Got everything, started mating. My Jerboa is sideways. I just now noticed that. And as you can see, this is where I had to move it upstairs. I did have to make an entirely new one, which sucked, but I did have to move it upstairs because it wasn't working downstairs. Got the Dodicarus. Got it all imprinted. Got the Anki. Got it all imprinted. Got the Morellatops tamed up. And then I found out the Anki can get cactus sap like crazy. So I used him to get a ton of sap. And then went and grabbed a couple more Explorer Notes because I do have to get all of them. Got the Morellatops started. And that was it for day 52. When I was editing this, I accidentally did this one first and then lost the original footage somehow. It disappeared after I made it into a shorter video. So day 52 was spent building the top section. Day 53, sorry. I'm looking at 52 crossed out and I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I lost the footage, but I had the edited version. So I don't know where it went, but it's gone. And so all I did was just cross out day 52 because I couldn't fix it otherwise. So sorry for this one. You see 52 crossed out and 53 underneath. I tried to fill this as much as I could, but I didn't get as much as I wanted. Found an oil pump and a drop, so I put that right close to my base. And went out collecting more Explorer Notes. I'm sorry, all the story maps, you're gonna hear that a lot. It just is what it is because that's the challenge. I do later on try to do as many of those in one day as I can. That way it's just a montage of Explorer notes rather than, oh, here's a couple here, here's a couple there, here's a couple here. And I did attempt to make it fun by doing every transition that I had in my transition pack. So I don't know if you guys like it, but I thought it was fun. Decided since I killed a death worm, I would go ahead and tame a mantis, since I was already out here and I needed one of everything. I realized I'm gonna have to get a phoenix because of that. And as every single superheat from now on, I go out looking. So I don't show them all, but just know I searched for a while. Of course, sandstorm hit. I decided to push on anyway. The sandstorms like to hit when I'm very, very, very far from home, and I didn't feel like bringing a tent around with me the entire game. So I didn't do that. And I probably should have. But lots and lots of Explorer notes on this day, specifically because I didn't want to bore you with, I'm gonna randomly go get some here, I'm gonna randomly get some there, and then it's just no fun to watch these. This one, for some reason, I couldn't find. I don't know why my brain told me it was on the other side, but it's not. It's over here. Found a second oil pump, so I put it next to the first. Hatched that 175 I showed you guys earlier. Imprinted that later. I found this 150 kangaroo. Keep him in mind. You'll see him a while later. But it was 150. I couldn't say no. And this black jerboa was really cool, so I decided to get him. This is Jack. And that's it for day 53. On to day 54. Of course, took out a different wyvern. Went Explorer note hunting. I did want to level them up because wyverns are fantastic. So I did end up leveling one of each of them. And again, trying to do interesting transitions so it's not boring to watch. Decided to knock out this RG because I was planning on using RGs for the boss fight. I already got this one, but I didn't show it and I couldn't find where I got it, so I decided to go get it again, just to show that everybody knows that I got it. I found the moth. I knew I had to tame one, so it was a 150, I think? Nope, 145. And then back on the explore node grind. Getting attacked by a pig. I don't know why that one is so bright compared to the rest of them. Maybe I gammoned. I don't know. Jug. Brought the moth back. Decided to take out the poison wyvern. To get some levels. I hope this isn't boring for you. I turned up the music so that it's not as bad. Again, I tried to make it fun with all the transitions. I know it's not the best content for a 100 days video, but I have to do this a lot. It's part of the challenge. If you guys want to see it in future, let me know. If you don't want to see it, I can just put the screen of me getting all of them, like show that I have all of them, if you want me to do that. But I like to prove that I got them legit and went and flew around and actually got them. Yeah, I looked up the locations, but it shows that I didn't just GCM fly over there and grab them all. So I like to put it in there at least. Finally made it to the part of the video I was watching that did one of the caves. I killed a stupid rubble golem with a wolf. Then went and grabbed the artifact and got attacked by bats. Then we're back out to the desert to grab some more. These ones I usually found on my own, but I guess I missed a couple. In the trees. I believe we're fairly close to the end of what I did that day. This was like a 5-hour video to comb through and get all of these, by the way. So if I miss one, I'm sorry. But I don't think I did miss any. Day 55 started out with me getting, I think, the rest of them. Should be the rest of them if I remember correctly.
And so the story is complete. Everyone is satisfied.
Yes. This is the rest.
And yet, over the garden wall.
I did do these in order and by section. So, started with Helena, did the Rhea tablets. These are the Takea. The rest of what I needed. And then, of course,
Wait a second. Greg?
the Rockwell ones. But first, that one, because I haven't been in this cave yet. So, I'm now doing this cave. I had to wait for a little bit because the artifact wasn't spawned in. But I got it. So, because I had all 3 artifacts, I decided I've got a couple of RGs, I've got some wyverns. Let me grab this and let me go ahead and do the Gamma Manicore. All of my wyverns passed out. That was awesome. I had to save them several times from deathworms and all that. And I had 3 RGs that I brought in. Eventually, the wyverns woke up. And then the RGs fell asleep. Except for the one that I ended up riding. So, what I didn't know was if you beat the boss and things are passed out in there, they don't come out. So if you ever decide to do the Manticore and stuff passes out in there, just know that it's not gonna show up when you're done. I was excited because we barely got that done. At least I thought we barely got it done. But only one RG came out, so he just gets to chill up by the flag because he was the only surviving RG. Decided to make the Manticore trophy mounts for Gamma Beta Alpha and the shield. Because if you didn't know, I'm sure you do, but if you didn't, you can put the shield on a trophy mount and it looks pretty cool. There's Gamma. Day 56, decided to hatch a whole bunch of RGs. And that's basically what I did the whole day. Boss RGs. Of course, I've died several times and that folder disappears when you die. I didn't know that, but it happened. But I got them all in there. They are my boss RGs. And they were at least... well, all of them were not raised up to full grown. I just wanted to get them all. And then I was gonna bring a whole bunch of shotgun shells and get a whole bunch of these rockets to tame a rock elemental, but obviously that didn't work out. So I decided on day 57 to finish off the rest of the Explore notes, because I only had a couple of Rockwell ones left. And I realized I didn't do that after beating the boss, so I wanted to see if it would level me up, which is why I waited till after, but I think there was too little of them left that it just didn't level me up at all. Not even like halfway. And then I didn't realize there were two different sets of the Helena notes on Scorched. So if you're curious, if you know Scorched well enough, these are the places that they are. I didn't realize that they were here, but they are, so I got them. Above the Wyvern Scar, over by Red Obelisk, and by Green Obelisk, where I live. And I had no idea, because my house is right there. Decided to go get the artifacts again. Finally had enough metal to make an industrial forge. Knocked out a Thyla, because what's a map without a Thylacoleo, I guess? Everybody loves them, but I'd rather have a wolf. Sorry. But I got him. Eventually I'll use one. Then I decided to go ahead and build Captain Fat Dog's trap. And knock this rock golem out. Took me forever, but I did get it tamed. Only came out as a 29 because it's a rock golem, I didn't care. Then I found this white wolf on the way to tame the rock golem, so I decided to see what Midnight would look like white instead of black fur, and I don't like it as much. But I did get a mutation, and that's why there's a blue wolf. So that was kind of cool. Got the other two artifacts. Brought them home for a later date. And of course, on the way home, a sandstorm. So that sucked, but oh well. Day 58, I took my RGs out to get some levels. Actually, no. That was me getting all of the wyvern talons that I needed. And I almost had enough. I just was missing like 2 fire ones. And while looking for a phoenix, I decided it's finally time to tame a parasaur. To see if I could do that trick where you take the parasaur on a flyer and you go look. Of course, that didn't work, and a superheat happened, and I found the phoenix. Problem is, this was at the end of the superheat, and it's a level 150, of course. So, day 59, hatched up, raised up, did all the RG things, and another superheat happened, and I know where the phoenix is, so I finally went and grabbed it. Came out as a terrible level, but I have it. Day 60 was spent leveling up the RGs in the wyvern trench, and that took way too long, so I decided to start hatching some of my own with eggs I had found while leveling up in the wyvern trench. And sorry, I'm just kind of standing there. I was about to get off. And I came back after making dinner, finished the leveling process, and started the beta boss. Much easier with all very close to or over 300 RGs with lots of attack. I didn't get to see it, but we beat the beta, and because I didn't really lose a whole lot of health, we went straight back into alpha. It was easy enough to do that. I got to see it this time. I got in the fight and we beat alpha. So of course, that's it. We're done with Scorched. We just have to ascend now. And you finally get to see it. Because it's alpha.
You continue to impress, Survivor. As you have grown in strength, I have been searching Helena's memories, finding what I have forgotten all these long years. Her friends, and the journeys they had. Was it all for nothing? No, it had to be done, so that one day you could exist. Together, you and I, we can put this right. You must travel onwards, Survivor, for your greatest trials are still to come.
And that's the end of Scorched. We put our trophies up. We said goodbye to all of our friends. And on to Ragnarok. I started off what I thought was the Highlands, but this is Megalania Bay. So I immediately got out of there. Didn't see one, luckily, till like later when I came back. Made it all the way to Red Obelisk and grabbed Jack. And while I was on my way over here, I saw this Alpha Carno. So I thought, maybe Jack can kill an Alpha? But I am giving myself a little bit of a handicap just because we steamrolled through the center by immediately tossing out my RG and like destroying everything. I'm only allowing myself to use Jack for at least a little while until we get like a flyer or something that makes it to where I'm allowed to use my other tames. I went out searching for crystal. I never found it, but I did find some in a drop, so I made the spyglass and all of that. And decided to build in my favorite waterfall area. Thanks for watching, guys.